Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. This is the 2 Geek Show, and I am your host, the Geek Guy. You can see I'm wearing my safety goggles, and I have my safety gloves as well. But before I start the show, let's put some music on, just to get rid of this silence. Okay, I have the music on, I have the gloves ready, and today's show is gonna be about a lightsaber hilt painting and weathering. We just continue the first part, so this is the second one. Let's get started. Okay, today I'm gonna start with the pommel, and you can see over here I'm only sanding it down, so I'm just removing some black paint with the fine sandpaper, mostly on the edges of the pommel before I'm gonna paint. As you can see over here, I'm using a burnt sienna brown paint and crimson red to add some a little bit of rust effect on it. I'm just painting the hilt, and then I'm wiping it off some places with the paper towel to make a little bit of texture on the paint, just like I did on the hilt itself. And now I'm gonna do the same with the end of the pommel. A little bit of sanding, then a little bit of painting. Put the things together just to see how it looks like when everything is mostly done. Over here I'm gonna make some rods to the end of the saber, because it should look like it was exploding or broken in half, because this was a long lightsaber in the game Jedi Fallen Order, but it was broken to two halves, and Kestis got one half of the saber, so the end of it a little bit look messed up, broken. Over here I'm using a welding rod, and I'm just taking the end of it a little bit, just to make a little bit thinner because it needs to fit inside some really small holes inside the pommel. And if you can use a vise for this, unfortunately I don't have any, but I'm using my trusty glasses, safety glasses, so it should be fine. And you can see the rod itself is bended in the end, so it's no chance to grab it out from my hand, so it's kinda safe. But please make sure you're using a vise for this. So this is where it should go. This is the end of the pommel. So after this I'm gonna cut this to size, and I'm gonna bend a little bit the rod so it's not as straight as now. And obviously I'm gonna make a few more. So this is only just a welding rod, nothing special. And I'm gonna use a welding rod what looks like a copper, but it's just a coat on it. You can see over here. I made a few, and I'm just gonna test out how it looks on the pommel. Again, I just put things together so I can see how it's looking like when everything is together. Obviously the rod's gonna be painted as well, I mean weathered, and it's gonna be bended a little bit more, so yes. Now I'm just giving a little bit of raw amber to the hilt, so it's not just only one kind of brown, and I'm gonna add some burnt amber as well, so the hilt is not only painted with one kind of brown, it's a little bit more shades on the hilt, so it looks like a little bit different. I forgot to say the painting technique is the same. I'm just adding some paint, dry brushed, and maybe taking it off with paper towel. But I think just paint it bad, like poking it as usual, not like nice paint strokes, no, it's just poke, just like I did before. The same kind of painting technique is happening, but with different browns. over here I was just masking the emitter because I'm gonna paint it black, especially matte black, just like the hilt itself, because I don't want a shiny saber. So I'm painting it with spray paint, nothing special, matte black. I was painting the gribblies as well, what should go on the hilt, I mean on the emitter, matte black as well. So now I'm grabbing my trusty sandpaper and sanding down the edges of some parts of the emitter so it looks used and beaten up a little bit. I put masking tape on those parts I don't want to sand down, so just to save the paint job, I'm putting masking tape on that. Over here I'm sanding down a little bit on the gribbly, so the sides are nice and shiny, and some parts inside what was a little bit higher. The higher areas are nice and shiny, and the lower areas are stay black. So this is the final result. I was sanding the emitter down, and now I'm gonna add copper paint. I'm just gonna not poke it as usual, it's not a weathering technique I'm using now. I'm just making nice strokes, nice paint strokes, and I'm gonna paint that part you can see over there copper color. A few coats going on, one color done. I'm waiting a little bit to dry, then I'm gonna put another coat on copper on, and so on and so on. I think it was going 5 coats totally on that part of the hilt. Now I'm just trying black acrylic paint, just because I want to make sure it's a matte black, not shiny. So I'm just trying one part of the hilt over there. That's why you can see that black mark on the heel. I'm waiting it to dry so I can see it's nice and flat black. It was, so I'm just wiping it off because it's obviously acrylic paint, so you can wipe it off with a damp cloth. That's why it's good acrylic paint, because if you mess up something you can wipe it off with a damp cloth. This is the black I'm using. And now I'm gonna put some weathering on the hilt. You can see the name, the serial number, and it's black. And I can tell it's a Valio acrylic paint. Sorry if I butchered the name, but yeah, that's the black I'm using because it's matte black, not shiny. Over here I put black on the grooves and straight away wipe it off with a dry cloth, in my case paper towel, so the black stays inside the grooves. And this is nice and shiny saber, but I'm gonna mess it up later on with weathering. These are some more gliblies. I did the same, painted black, then I wipe it off so it look like used. This is how I like it. But the hilt, the emitter itself, it's a little bit shiny, so in the next video I'm gonna show you how to weather that. Basically the same technique we was using. That was it for today. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.